The joys of outdoor gardening. So just bear with me as I try and deal with the lawnmower. It's kind of roaming around here. But like I said, it is outdoor gardening. In today's topic, we're just going to be talking about our raised bed gardening, makeshift raised bed gardening, potting container gardening, and just general overview of your outdoor gardening space. So what we got planted, lawnmowers. So long story short, got our spinach planted off in here, got some kale, got some other stuff waiting to come in. One of the biggest learning things and learning factors for me outdoor gardening is space and size management. Last year I just threw everything in here, let it grow crazy, let it grow wild, and it was hard as hell to manage. Once everything started to grow, especially with the cucumbers, it just got vines and big large leaves grew everywhere. It was out of control. So this year what I decided to do, I think this is like a 4x6 or something like that, 4x4, 4x5. I tried to just on paper lay everything out how I wanted to envision it growing in, and then just laid it out in such, what is this, 3x3 rows. Some are straight lines. The onions are straight lines. I did a little raised trough there for the onions to pop out, and then left a large space for transplants from our greenhouse and for any other large vegetables or fruits that may grow out of here. Just some smaller size pots for our Yukon Golden potatoes, which are starting to grow. You'll see our leaves coming in there. Use some old tires for raised beds. Our rain bucket, which rainwater is super pure. I used our pH meter and our ppm meter on it. ppms came in at like 0 to 2 parts per million. pH was I think it was a little low. I had to pH up it a little bit. And then we have our little makeshift pot for our other Yukon Gold potatoes. I think threw some squash seeds in there. So all these outdoors, direct sow method and or store-bought transplant, which I'll try and put the video together for some ginger we're started. With the onion we did, and that went in our onion row right here, and that seems to be growing as well too. When I did the water yesterday, I noticed some leaves. So long story short, outdoor growing, it just comes down to just managing your space, man. Managing your space and reading the seed packets, doing a little bit of researching on what you're growing to see how it grows, where it grows in at, and just trying to line everything up nice and neat so you can access it, tend to it. Oh, the biggest thing. Sorry, I forgot. I hope I don't have to re-record this. Weeds. That is a weed. I'm pretty sure this is a weed. And the outdoor gardening, my biggest thing, and my mom told me, is you gotta actually weed this shit. You can't just throw them in there and leave it lay. It ain't that way. Nah, it don't work that way. This shit will get overrun with these strange ass weeds. I thought this was a weed, but I think this is a plant. So I pulled it out, fucked up, had to put it back in. But yeah, this for sure is a weed. I left this in just to show you an example of one. These were everywhere. So they must either fell in here over the winter break or something, dried up, died, and when I amended it, turned everything in, threw in new soil, they grew back in through. I don't think they grew through the grass because, well, we'll see here. This is about 12 inches thick, and this weed itself, nah, no way. So this probably was in some of the older soil. This has to be a weed, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure. Well, I don't know, y'all tell me. But yeah, so that's the biggest thing with the outdoor gardening is the weeding. Storm protection, using maybe some trellis netting or tomato netting, or the tomato stills, because they grow upwards like vines. But yeah, just the garden maintenance outdoors is probably the biggest thing. And just being patient. So that's just a little tidbit here and there. I'll try and put together another video on the ginger and doing some transplant from store-bought. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell and all that fancy stuff that all the YouTubers talk about.